Jackie Love Kalista.
This was supposed to be a tournament permaban. If it does not win a game, I think it's going to make people reevaluate a lot of priorities here.
Whew. No lane swaps?
No lane swaps. Kalista first pick.
Whew. Well, we'll see if they go for
Poppy?
a preemptive takeaway of something like the Renata. Poppy is the other pick that I do think, interestingly enough, even though I think bot lane matchup will still be quite rough, I'm wondering if we're going to see the Poppy just go towards Peanut, because he was the big Poppy guy for a large part of 2023. Had great performances on that after kind of getting schooled by BLG at MSI. Started prioritizing it more himself, did really, really well. The Varus, nothing too crazy, although Viper is, as far as I'm concerned, the best lethality Varus that we have within the LCK. Has had some absolutely insane damage numbers on a pick that normally doesn't quite feel as explosive once we get to the later stage of the game. There is the Peanut Nidalee. That once upon a time we saw this and we would go, oh, I don't know about that one, Peanut. But in recent times, team has played around it really well. Does mean that we need to see an 80 pick slammed down here for Zeka on free, because otherwise I think those are going to get taken away. It's going to make the game really hard to play out.
It's always nerve-wracking when you see a Nidalee locked on the opposite side. Very feast or famine champion, and there's so many excellent combos that pair with it. Any form of hard CC to set up for the spear connecting. Renekton, obviously the classic, but giving up the 2v2 bottom lane powerhouse. I think this is probably the strongest 2v2 you could possibly pick in this current meta. See how HLE want to respond. Renata, you can counterpick Renata with a ranged option, but this champion is just so much work.
I'm wondering if Delight would be willing to go towards something like the Nico, as there is the Gragas to come through here. And that is, that's kind of crazy. Blind Gragas is not something we see often. You do have safeguarded it with the Narban. That's traditionally the matchup that just feels unplayable. It's going to be the Poppy, and that theoretically could also go to Zeus, because as you mentioned,
you're going to draft an early 2v2 lane, and you don't give away a counter pick that could jeopardize your entire lane, right?
Sure.
Like, you need to spend bans to secure that. The debate now, though, and this is the struggle, we saw Cassante ban, so clearly respect paid this top B.
I'm also
could go bot lane. I still think this Poppy's a flex.
I'm also wondering, okay, so I was wondering what HANWHA Live's read was, because this Gragas can theoretically still be flexed, right? Like, we're going to assume that this is going to go towards 369, but there is still potential for that to go elsewhere.
We're deep on the theoretical flexes. I'm like, this Poppy, you're like, this Gragas.
Yeah. I mean,
Poppy at least now is committed to support, sort of a Poppy mid lane, which I'm really praying we're not going to get, but you never know.
I don't want to.
Don't even entertain it. No, don't even.
You know I will.
I know.
As the Nocturne does come through, makes a ton of sense, I think, with this composition. Also makes the life of Gragas a lot easier. And that Nocturne Orianna combo, I think, really complements the composition as a whole. The amount of AoE CC that they have just with the Gragas Cask and the Aureoles is really tough. One of the biggest issues that I do think you sometimes have with Gragas is finding impact in team fights if you can't get onto the enemy team, particularly with a Poppy. Nocturne makes that so much easier, and the setup of that combo is there. As what is Zeka gonna play as?
Okay. Look, you see the composition locked in. Galio is off the board. You don't have to worry about that taunt. I think the cask still makes... I certainly think so as well. Here we are. Game 2.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It would seem that there are more HANWHA Life fans in the house.
Yeah, and
geographically does make a lot of sense.
So this is a caster classic is also getting pranked and thinking that the team that you're sitting amidst of is louder. That doesn't even apply here. Home town advantage obviously coming up huge there. I was actually wondering what Zeus was going to go for. Grasp Aatrox. Like, he's mainly been playing Electrocute. Have not seen that in a long time.
Because usually how this lane works, right, is like Gragas just gets free trades because he can just body slam auto and then
especially with Phase Rush.
Phase Rush, yeah. I guess Zeus thinks he can just Umbral Dash back and get the proc. At the very least wants to be tankier. A little bit more sustain in that tree as well as Zeka starting level 1 with the Shuriken flip. Quick proc on that Electrocute.
Yeah, even with the Aerie, not quite going to be feeling good about that trade. Zeka,
bot side.
Very early invade to come through here, and that is particularly into something like the knock.
In favor of HLE isn't super effective.
It's very telling that, so because Jackie Love and Crisp walked away, right, like they went out of the lane to make sure that Peanut didn't get more. They were a level down, and Viper and the Light was still like, no, not walking up. As we do have Kanavi You're not going to see this one coming. That's a Nocturne.
This is a psycho play, though. They're going to full commit the flash forward. The handshake doesn't hit. Kanavi level 3 on the way, and flash forward with the fear. Wants to lock up Viper. Gets pushed back into the tower. Oh, that's a disaster! First blood! He bet everything on that play. He put himself so far behind, and it's not going to pay off.
Against Poppy, I think he could have just taken the sums and go.
But it's not even just Poppy. Like,
oh, I know!
You don't have any reliable hard CC. Flash in fear under tower is not a real thing.
Oh, no.
He's going to get one, but now they're chasing him down. Now they really want to punish him.
He doesn't have flash?
Light still has flash. Spell shield there. Will walk away at the very least, but this is miserable for Kanavi because the whole knock. Now Viper's the one paying the price, though. On the bottom side, they isolate. They try to push the advantage forward. Chris hoping to get the reset. They get the reset indeed, and TES, at the very least, find the follow-up dive.
As the game...
But he has done a lot of work in the context of this early game. He saved him once, left him once. Kanavi the one who's just going to suffer. He can't really walk into his own jungle. Mid lane push is coming through. And this is the adaptability of HLE that makes them so scary, right? Is that they have so many carry threats on the team. Even when Viper is struggling on the Varus, other members of the team just step up and fill in the gaps.
Jackie is here, though. I want to look to contest. Peanut did smite the first one, so it doesn't have an angle as Zeka.
Zeka on the flank, level 6 is there. Jacula might be in trouble, trying to lock him down. Steadfast presence as well. Jacula about to get taken out. The reset won't come through as Peanut flashes to safety. Now Cream is here, level 6. Shockwave, not gonna get used. Dash out as Peanut, low health bar, has to be careful here. Kanavi gonna wander in and smite a grub. Extended play, Cream still with ulti.
Health bars are low, I think.
Level 5 for Kanavi.
I want to just peace out, and it looks like it is going to be the case. Peanut maybe trying to look for a spear.
Really confident here. Is going to get locked up by Kanavi. The Shuriken flip connects from Zeka. Void Grubs will go down. Split, though.
Yeah, pretty sure you could have held on to your flash there, Zeus. Particularly now that Crisp has hit 6, is that Renata counters so much of what HANWHA Live is going to try to do. Because both for Zeka and Zeus, their entire existence is reliant on, in Zeka's case, can I assassinate someone on the back line? Ideally, obviously, Jacula, but even Cream would be great. And then for Zeus, can I get my resets? And Renata just does so much. It stalls, the heal's there, and the ultimate is the obvious one that is just going to make your life so much harder. So it's kind of similar to the last game where if we are just front to backing, I think it's really hard for HANWHA Live to reliably find an angle as Delight on a flank.
Delight fishing for that flank. Objective likely to fall in favor of TES as no one is here, but now they're moving up. Seeing the TP on the bottom side. Push back. Zeus in the midst of the entire team, immediately going to ult Light, trying to buy a bit more space. The damage is there on Zeus, though. Extra healing coming in, but it's not enough. Jackie Love taking one. Body slam flash from 369. Shuriken flip out. Alongside the ulti means Zeka will walk away, but the Dragon into the pick. A nice look for TES.
A lot invested for TES, but Gage as soon as Zeus just gets thrown into multiple people. And now, again, using this great source of strength, Jacula on the Callista. Grubs are being set up here. I don't know if Peanut can even look for a steal here. Getting into that pit is going to be very tough.
We don't even have a first major item completion for any carry on the ring. We're 11 minutes in.
Oh!
Now the steal, though.
Caught him off guard. So that's 4-2. That's also spread, so like no one...
Also denies, it denies the second escape.
It's just gonna have to be your movement speed, which is though Goat played early on, so that's at least something.
Yeah, Swifty's likely to follow too, but the 1v1 really starting to look easy for Zeus. 369 has the cast back, so at least we'll be able to walk away in the isolated 1v1. But this, of course, is the other thing we have to mention, is that Zeus lived for quite some time with no items. And eventually he'll have one item, and then a second item, and anyone who's watched the LCK remembers how good Zeus is at this pick. You might also remember Zeka as he goes all in on Cream on the bottom side. Follow up there from Peanut, zoning Cream back to the HLE side of the map. Shockwave, but not going to do much. Tries to get some damage down. Ultimately, Zeka just going to grab that, claim the feat of warfare in favor of HLE.
Kanavi was in the area, but I think bite it enough. If he even did, the range on old level 1 really isn't that big. It's not until you get further in that it starts to feel really oppressive. Cream was basically already at like 10% HP, so even if he does go in, I don't think that salvages the play. As we are looking on this Akali.
All to the bot side of the map. Level 8 for Kanavi as Zeka going to be forced to flee. Running him down.
Does a flash. The Jackie Love's there.
Zeka trying to get out. Flash away to safety. Initial damage comes in. Trying to get out. Goes invisible! There's just nothing you can do! That's a heartbreaker for TES. Credit to Zeka. He waited as long as possible to flash. And now Peanuts on the chase to the top side of the map. Delight can stop the Gragas from getting away with 369. Again, great use of the cask to walk out as Viper trying to find the snipe.
He's hunting.
Powered Q I don't think will finish him, but it will set up for the dive as Zea's trying to hold the line here. Does not want to give up this tower. Rain of arrows.
Pulling the wave.
369 zooming out.
Got the flash.
Gets the flash as well. Body slam flash takes him to safety. Zea still holding on to the tower for now. And Zeka here too. If they try to commit for a dive, it could get messy fast.
I think they can just kill the turret though.
Him on the way down, but Zeka wants to fight for it.
There it is.
It might cost him though. The chase now coming in. Spell shield there. The fear waiting. The handshake comes out. Now he's been taunted. He's starting to hit Zeus. Zeka in trouble, and the fight's going to keep going. Jackie Love can just dance around Zeus, but can he find the Q3? The flash. Jackie Love cannot do it. He zooms out. World Ender to safety. Chris praying for the handshake, but he does not find it, and that's just a Zeus dip right there.
These two teams are just skill checking each other time after time. Zeka going in there is like, Zeus, we can outplay this. He gives his life, and I gotta say, I think he could have also just backed off his Kanavi.
Staying way too long. Peanut on the hunt now. Turns the lights out, gets the healing. It's not enough.
Mayhem! Mayhem, Dracos!
There are a lot of ways we could describe what just happened, but mayhem is the most appropriate. MasterCard lane economy snapshot. Bit of a mid diff, bit of a bot diff. And then Zeus just hands diff. So I do want to call out that while I appreciate that Zeka is so strong, he needs to chill a little bit. He needs to just leave. He just needs to calm down. You can just walk away.
Leave.
You don't have to just go forward, okay? I'm not an LEC anymore. I'm not casting Fnatic. You're allowed to back up. You're allowed to leave. That's fair. They don't deserve that. My region is sad enough today. I don't need to drag more teams down. TES, happy to have that play despite losing a kill because setup control is here. Herald will fall.
Oh, we do have Zeka on the flank. I think maybe learning from his mistakes.
Ooh, goes in the Shroud. Has to stay here until the ulti expires. Trying to get tricky with it. Dashes through. Shockwave there. Zeka gonna get taken down. Wants to take Cream with him, but the damage not quite there. Will fall. Good patience in the Shroud does mean that the rest of his team can respond with a mid lane tower. They'll lose the life and the Herald in the process.
A player in your game that's clearly a Smurf, and then he just starts doing stuff that he definitely shouldn't. That's kind of how I feel about like these consecutive plays. Like, I can flank.
The problem
I can go in.
The Zeka Copers have an angle on both plays. The first play was Zeus outplayed. The second play is they got a turret mid, and they're going to get a tower bot as well. And now 369 may have overcommitted. Ulti connecting. Cass pushing Viper back, and he's trying to zoom out to safety, but Peanuts on the hunt. Kanavi there to interrupt. Wants to flash in. Goes forward to the blast. Go to the body slam, and Peanuts out of there.
That's the nut god right there. Gets his kill on the Nidalee.
Moment to breathe before Zeka inevitably ults forward again. Like, gold is dead even. Herald about to come in mid lane and crash. Things are pretty close, but second item's now completed for Jackie. He's going to be a terror. It's the same story for Viper as the siege starts in the mid lane.
I think Zeka's going to deep TP. Oh my god.
The man knows one way, and it is forward. Zeka on the flank, and he can find these kills. 1.5 items completed.
Oh god!
Ulti ready to go. Lights turned out. Cream trying to disengage. Beautiful ulti from Viper. The ball coming in from Delight. Jackie Love isolated by Zeka crucially. Viper going over the wall, but Kanavi finding the 1v1 versus Viper. About to take Viper down. Zeka trying to finish the kill on Jackie, but Jackie's still standing. This is a struggle to die, but it's the ult down from Delight. Jackie's still going. Jackie flashing out. Zeus' ulti expiring. It's a bloodbath. Back and forth. Kanavi taking out Viper solo. Cream falling, but it's only the 1-for-1.
Bit of a letdown there. Thought a lot more was going to happen as the aggressive TP. A lot of summoners invested, and I do think that HANWHA Life is going to dig up
a selfish Orianna here, or protect Jackie at the very least.
Has now 2 objectives up towards the bot side of the map. Big gold leads there, and
yeah, I mean,
Jackie Love 1.6, Zeus basically on the same level.
The light potentially caught here. Nice backstep. Shuriken flip still hitting from Zeka, and that's his cue to start things off. Gets a huge chunk out of Cream. Luckily, the Honey Fruit are there to heal him back up, or that could have been bad. Spear's also landing. And this is a really nice way for HLE to start potentially contesting this Drake, just chunking out the health bars.
We haven't talked that much about the poke, and I think that engage is there just because of the ult combo and the fact that 369 is a big threat. But if they just get to sit there and basically serve them up to Zeka with these Qs from both Nidalee,
Delight,
the Varus, and there we go, another.
Is Kanavi ready for this one? Ulti knocks him out of the pit. Jackie Love now running. Peanut needs to get in and spike this, but there's still so many spears. 400 HP. They managed to take it. Dragon down. Cloud for the side of HLE. TES close to the Otacon, but don't have great setup.
We didn't want to get more. They did. It's HANWHA Live. They TP'd Zeus in. They're not getting away with just the dragon.
Zeus off to the side. Fear is there. Huge damage coming in for Zeus. They use the shockwave as well, trying to lock him down. Zeus doesn't quite make it over the wall with the flash. Does Umbral Dash over in the end.
And that will be all. Flash. We have Cleaver done. Stopwatch as well. Zeus had Sterix, or got Sterix, but already had that in the last exchange. Other players might not have lived towards that with that bot side play towards the map. And you can see HANWHA Live. Someone's always looking for a flank.
Watch out onto 369. Flash trying to get to safety, but a lot of cooldowns burned as HLE smell blood in the water. Spear onto Jackie Love. Bit of poke. Ulti in, the combo there, but it's only going to hit the light, the flash back, what you called out earlier. Now cannot be the one in trouble. In the meat grinder, Zeus sidestep on the ulti. Reset coming through, but no one is going to drop. Shut down there. HLE deleting TES. They bait the cooldowns. They force the fight. Domination in the mid lane.
The game is dead even, and then they get a 5-0. How does it happen 2 times in a row?
They're just built diffy. I mean, good flash from Viper. But you can see for TES, the combo is solid, but if it whiffs, the follow-up from HLE is so disgustingly strong.
That's Otacon gone. A lot of gold gonna go into the pockets of HANWHA Live.
Did we capture curse this? I just went from dead even to 3K gold lead. I said no one has feats. They're just about to grab feats.
I don't think you're looking towards either a unexpected engage from 369, right? Like knocking everyone out of the team fight, or a multi-man combo. Maybe, as you point out, you do just let go of needing to combo that Nocturne and the Orianna and just use the Nocturne ult to then have a Orianna ult that basically isn't counterable because of the vision denial that it provides. But I do think they're going to need the help of something like a Baron, right? Like we're talking any further addition to the damage, because if they don't have that, Otacon obviously they didn't get an opportunity to try and fight with the debuff up. That's always a great way to get back into a game.
Really large rods for Zeka on his way to his third, on his way to that death cap. Cool, ulti.
They can just do this. Like the cooldown is basically nothing.
Another Q gonna connect. Knock up there. Nocturne now going in, trying to catch out Viper, but will it be enough? They can't finish the kill again. The option does not work. Chris trying to find the disengage. Zeka still standing. Zeka trying to make his way out. Jackie Love needs a kill for the reset. He cannot find it. He will not be bailed out. And now Zeus is on the hunt, looking to end the dreams of TES in this first series. The cask is there for 369, but it is too little. It is too late. HLE don't have a wave, but they can take whatever they want.
And TES, a final Hail Mary, not going the way that they were hoping to. HANWHA Life is ready yet again, even though Viper gets caught, he's just completely out of range. Jackie Love desperately tries to salvage the game, might as well. If you don't turn around that fight and the Baron falls, the game is done nonetheless, and I think that sixth game, the third game in this series, seems further away than ever, Dracos.
That it does. The windows of opportunity for TES are...
TES?
I mean, it's level 14 Orianna to level 17 Akali. I think it's just unplayable.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. It would take a miracle. And that miracle might be Zeka going way too far forward, but the rest of the HLE is now here to follow up. Forcing the ulti out, follow up there. Zeka giving his life in the exchange. A little too eager. Delight going back to the wall alongside Kanavi. Peanut now going to follow, but it's Zeus who's isolated. 3 members collapsing on him. Looking to trade one back as Kanavi will finally go down. Zeus living for a damn long time. Trying to find that kill back onto Jackie Love. Death Stance is there. Viper on a rampage. And Zeus refusing to die. This man's Aatrox is untouchable. Double coming through. HLE looking to finish it with a clean 2-0.
And Jackie Loves, he keeps stacking spears, but it's just not doing enough. Zeus stands tall. Zeka definitely made some aggressive decisions in this game, but guess what? If the Nexus falls, get away with it, and a 2-0 here for